a bad parent has to be like established, and you got to get on one side or another. You got to get on one side or another, and you really got to prioritize what matters. I'm a healthy individual, mentally healthy, in shape, very active, right? And even I am not 100 every day. So the more people I bring around that are positive and healthy like me, the more people that allow my children to be grounded and know more about who and what they are and where they come from. Even if the person is not as put together as me, it is beneficial because it accurately gives them an understanding of how the world works. Everybody in the world is not going to be your mama. Everybody in the world, it's not going to be grandma's character. And this is why now, when you go back to what I was saying about the job market, a lot of companies aren't even looking at if your name is ghetto. They looking at what year you were born. Because when you get into a lot of these younger generations, they're raised by the tablets, and so they can't put their phones down. And so they can't work a full shift without getting fussed at by the manager about being on social media at work. A lot of them, they're in a space where they bring up their feelings when we're just trying to do a job. And so everything is a judgment of them, and you're bothering them. A lot of them, they're crying out for attention, and we're trying to run a company. They're deprived of certain things. There is so much missing that now jobs are saying, listen, if you're born after this date, you're going to have to actually have an extensive work history or some experience because we're just unwilling to deal with that. It's not good for the workspace. I've talked to, and you can even see videos on the internet where people that are managers or HR, they dealing with issues at work and the employee call his mama. Or she got her mama calling the job. Baby, you are 19, 20, 25, 27. Your mother is not finna be able to fuss and do all that shit she do to y'all to this motherfucking company over the phone because you don't like what the fuck we said to you. You and your big back ass mama can get the fuck off this phone. You're fired, and she damn near finna be arrested for harassment if she call this bitch again. That ain't how life works. It don't work like that. Children that are, just these young adults, they have to learn you're going to be uncomfortable. You got to put your phone down. You're going to have to follow rules that don't fit with how your mammy ran her house. You got to get in the space where you got to work together with others. Yes, even though your daddy wasn't around and you don't know what it feels like to be chastised by a man, you on this job and Mr. So-and-so is your boss. So when he tell your ass don't be late from work, stop acting like this man doing something to you. Your mother and your father did not raise you well to understand you have to be able to take influence and correction and rub elbows and build resources with men and women. And our youth, a lot of them are not able to do this. Code switching, knowing that you don't talk to your dog the same way that you talk to a police officer when you're being pulled over, or the person on the phone when you're trying to make an appointment for, your dental appointment or your doctor's appointment, or you don't speak on the phone how you speak to your friends or your mom and them when you're trying to find out a car insurance quote, or like a lot of these, everything gets on guard. And like I said, and yeah, bruh, and bruh, what you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? There's so many young people that don't realize, listen, all them titty pictures and ass shots and twerk videos, and you say you're going to school for what? And I'm in college. I want to be a prosecutor, and I want to work for the state, and then I'm going to eventually go into my own practice. And, okay, you posting like your titties and ass and twerk videos and, all of this stuff on that one. We can damn near see your coochie lips. Like, these things are going to be on the internet when you are wanting to be looked at as a professional. Nobody has explained to you etiquette online, or you just was thrown a tablet in front of you at a young age and that's all you sit up and do. It's so many young people, especially in our community, especially with our young men, they want to kill themselves. They want to kill themselves. Their mama don't even know it. They in the room, barely talking, playing the video game or talking to somebody through the Roblox app and all of this shit, and they depressed. And they want to kill themselves. The mama don't know. She all somewhere on Instagram or talking about getting her titties done or her ass done or going to get some veneers or, you know, where that nigga at or what's in that nigga phone. Ma'am, your son in there contemplating taking himself the fuck out. He needs to go be around men and be uplifted from a male space. Everything cannot be female, female, female all around this boy. He needs to be taught some skills to navigate within groups with men. Ma'am, your son in the room thinking about killing somebody. He done listen to King Von so much, he done told himself he got to take his ops out. You're raising a serial killer. You don't even know it. Because all you worry about is did he clean your kitchen and who ate your leftovers before you got off from work. And running behind a nigga. The man need his daddy in his life so he can understand the severity and the reality of black boys killing black boys. It's real shit going on in our community, and we are not talking about this stuff even though we can see it. Because we can see it. We can see it. We don't know to not dismiss mental health. And we don't know when something is genuinely a mental health issue versus us just throwing a tantrum because we don't like how shit feels. The idea of consistently holding down a job, the idea of doing stuff that's uncomfortable because it's your duty or your responsibility, these things have to be reared into a person. You don't just develop this, but that's not what's happening. And it didn't happen with a lot of us, nor did it happen with a lot of our youth. So they're young adults and we're having to navigate a community with them to where it's so much that is being overlooked. Does everybody understand what I'm driving in about emotions and life decisions and it affecting every area of your life when you don't have a grip on it?
Yes.
When you grow up, you realize, absolutely, I need to be, as much as I may not like this nigga, I need to be in a space of relinquishing control and what could we all contribute in whatever way to these children. I'm not looking for somebody to do it the way that I would do it if I was them, because I ain't them. I ain't no man. I don't know how to be no man, nor am I trying to tell a man how to be a man. I ain't no father. I don't know how to be a father because I am not a father, right? I know what I liked from my father and what helped me, but that ain't my job to go into that role or be the controller or the master of the person in that role. All I can do is sit in my role and do what I know is best from my perspective without overstepping into the other person's lane. When you do that, you end up with a child that can see the situation clearly, not be programmed or manipulated to only look at it from one particular view. Like a lot of us were left to do. It's so much that is to be understood about the way we need to go about managing ourselves. It's so much that needs to be understood